Hey lovelies, thank you for joining me for this tutorial. And first, let me apologize for any blurriness. I forgot to manually focus the camera. Today, I want to show you how to achieve this style called the lock turban, or at least I call it the lock turban. It's easy to do, it's quick to style once you get the hang of it. You can decorate it any way you want with beads, accessorize it with large earrings. It's quite regal, it'll keep your hair off your shoulders, so it'll be great for hotter months. And it's a great protective style for your protective style. If you have twists or braids, you can definitely do this as well. I washed my hair the night before in these twists and then just did this style the next day. And I have also done this style with loose locks. So I'll insert some pictures at the end so you can see those looks as well. But if you are interested in how to achieve this look for yourself, please stay tuned and continue watching. And let's get started. So this prep is completely optional, but what I like to do is moisturize and hydrate with my LOC mixture of water, olive oil, and Cantu shea butter leave-in conditioner. I spray some on my locks and into my hands and just work it through the length of the locks along with some water and get the locks a little bit soft and hydrated. Then I like to make sure my edges are looking kind of neat. So I just brush them a little bit, give them a little TLC. Then I like to use my homemade oil mixture. You can use whatever oil you have or like to use on your scalp and just give that a good rub in there and just work the excess along the length of the lock. So now with the process of wrapping, what I like to do is choose a braid near the rear of my head. And you can choose whichever you like, but I prefer this one because it's not near the edge. It's kind of inside, and I just wrap it around the perimeter of my head. And as you can see, there's nowhere to tuck it. So I like to choose a twist or a lock that is 3 to 4 inches ahead of the end of the braid that I was just trying to twist. So this one won't work because it keeps sliding and it doesn't secure it well. So I choose another one that is 3 to 4 inches away from the end of the first one that I was working with. That way it'll secure the first one in place. And I'm just going to go ahead and wrap that second one around my head and tuck it under the first one. You won't be able to do this with every single one, and that's why this style looks different with every time that you do it. So again, I am looking for a lock that is 3 to 4 inches away from the end of the last one that I was wrapping so that it'll secure the lock and prevent it from slipping out. And if it does, it won't unravel. So the third one is 3 to 4 inches in, and I wrap that around again. This one, I'm not able to find anywhere to tuck it. So I go ahead and start on my fourth lock. And again, this one is 3 to 4 inches, maybe a little less, but you just want to make sure that the end of the lock you were wrapping before doesn't slip or isn't able to move. You also want to be careful that you're not pulling your hair too tightly or wrapping too tightly and causing any strain on your roots. So now I'm going to go ahead and tuck in any loose ends that I had out before. This is optional, you don't have to do this because as you go along, these ends will be covered with your wrapping. And as you can see, I am starting 2 to 3 inches away from where the last braid was tucked. And I'm using that lock and wrapping it around and continuing this way. And I'm going to keep doing this and just feeling out where it feels right to tuck each end of the braid or twist that I have, or the set of locks that you'll select. And you just want to be careful to not be too aggressive with it. You want to be patient, and you just don't want to go sticking it anywhere willy-nilly, because if you put it in the wrong spot and it's not held properly, it will come loose. So again, I start from where the lock was previously inserted 2 to 3 inches ahead of that, and just find a lock that will secure that. And I continue to wrap it around my head. At this point, you don't have to lay them one under the other or on top. There's no particular order. You just want to place it somewhere that feels right and feels secure. And we continue this way for the duration until we've got all our hair secured. Again, guys, I am so sorry for the blurriness. I forgot to put the camera on manual focus. So please bear with me. I hope it's not too distracting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up this process. I am tucking the hair in wherever feels secure. And as you'll see as I progress, I get more random the more I move towards the center of my head, because I don't like a bare space, like a bald spot almost in the center of my head. So I like to kind of crisscross them so that the top isn't exposed. So I start kind of grabbing them randomly from opposite sides and wrapping them around. But you just need to bear in mind that you want to make sure that they are secure, that they aren't sliding all over the place and coming loose, and that they aren't moving any of the ones that were previously wrapped. And you want to make sure also that you're not pulling too tightly on your hair. I cannot emphasize this enough, because if you've ever had a head wrap on that has cut the circulation off to your head and giving you a headache all day, that is what this will feel like, and it is not a pleasant feeling. Trust me when I tell you. So you want to make sure that you are not wrapping these too tightly, but you don't want to wrap them too loose that they fall apart throughout the day. You just want them to stay. Now the last few, you're just going to have to play around with where they sit really comfortably and are able to tuck in easily without sliding around. Just whatever feels best. And once you are finished with these last few, you know, it doesn't have to be uniform or anything like that. You really have to go freeform with this. And this is what your result will be like. A beautiful, easy, quick style, a lock turban or lock wrap. Y'all, don't even mention my gray hair. Please don't. But yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it was helpful and informative, and that you are able to recreate this style. Please tag me on Instagram or at me on Instagram and just let me see your own version of this turban. And I'm just showing you here that my ears are tucked under. You can take your ears out if you want to. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. I love this style and I really enjoy wearing it. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.